Hey, welcome back. We're going to look at the second half of this book, hopefully. Gundam Models Catalog 2002. Yes, this book was produced in 2002. So if you say, well, why doesn't it have this kit? Because that was after 2002. I actually had one of these, and I tried to paint the little things that look like outboard motors for a boat. I tried to paint them purple, and it looked really good, but yeah. Sometimes painting just takes a lot more out of you. I never liked the gun cannon. It just seems weird that his head is white. Is it in the frame? Because there's one thing I hate about being out here is that I can't get everything in frame. Alright. I think this is as high as it'll go, unfortunately, so I apologize. He has a white head and a red body. I have one of these kits. I really want to paint his head red or something to make him match. It just looks so strange to me. Can anybody explain to me why he's red and dark gray, and then the only place he has white is his head? I just think it's very odd. I thought he looked like a knight, like a Camelot knight. Oh, Shiki. I definitely have that kit right there. It's a beautiful kit. I'll try to refrain from saying I got, because this can be a long journey because I have a lot of these. The HGs were affordable, let me put it that way. And there was something below the HGs that didn't have a name at the time. I found out when Gundam Wing came out, don't get them. They're not good. This one is incredibly beautiful. I want to say Atwa Bau. Now these are HG kits, so they're very affordable. As you can see, like 1,500 yen. They're about 2,000 yen, or 2,000 yen, I'm sorry. And 700 yen. So just think of those as like 700 pennies, I guess. I don't know what the exchange rate is now, but back then I had to consider it about that much. Because when you put in the shipping and handling, I think it was like 75 cents on 100 yen at one point when I was looking at it. I used to order a lot from Action Ace and then HLJ.com, popular in Japan. So that's where I got a lot of my model kits back in the day. Before that, I got them, before the internet, I got them at a place called Hungates. And then when I figured out how to use the internet one day, it was like, oh my gosh, I was being ripped off because they were way more than they should have been. They were more than, like I say, if it was 2,000 yen, they were paying charging $40 for them. And yeah. And back then they were only like $15. If I could poof and be over in Japan right away. Oh, I'd love to be able to teleport. Now there's some butter damage to my book, so it's gonna be hard to get the pages apart right down here. Gundam models, and these are the below HG, or before they started having what's called high grade. So I call them standard grade. Somebody's backing up. Some of these model kits are incredibly old to begin with. I mean, this was made in 1980. That one was pretty expensive, 2,000 yen, but most of these are fairly inexpensive by, I guess, just the basic number values. Now, if you notice any of these, yes, these were definitely produced in a very polyurethane kind of plastic during the big Gundam boom in America. I think that was around 1998. I think it's whenever we started seeing Tsunami presenting Gundam. And we started getting the toys and the model kits. It was nice to walk into a Target and actually be able to pick up Gundam stuff instead of ordering it from Japan. It's just the selection was not as good as I wished it'd be because I like the newer stuff. This one's one of my favorites. It's a gorgeous kit. Can you see it? Alright, yeah. Oh, this is absolutely one of my favorites. I used to call him Crab, or Crobe is what I try to call him, make it sound like a little bit less like Crab. I just think he looks really neat. I mean, there's a lot of great kits on here. I'm just trying to point out the ones that I absolutely just love. I think that one's neat looking. And the yellow Shiki, I had a little Kabaya toy one of it. And it was yellow instead of, chromed. Psycho Gundam. I like the way that one looks. But see, the thing is, the cheaper Gundams, you can get a lot more. I have this one. Let me put it this way. I just found it in one of the boxes, and it's not colored like that. You have to paint it to get it to look like that. It's a lot of like blues. I'm like, well, what in the world were they thinking? It's like, it looks nothing like this. I may do a review of it sometime if you want me to, if I can find it again. This one is a very nice one. I think I had a friend that had this one. Yeah. There's some of my all-time favorites, Suzabi. It was like 1993 when I got that thing. I spent the entire summer painting that thing over and over again to get rid of that pinkish color, except on his chest right there. I left a little bit, like I left what looks like a, I don't know, boob, I guess you can say. I don't know how to say it without being crude. But painting red over and over again, and underneath I painted it black to make it really pop like it was shadows. And I spent all summer on it. I put it on the shelf, and one day I was doing jumping jacks, trying to stay fit, and he fell off he was sitting on top of the, mantle. He fell off of the mantle, and all of his arms broke off because they weren't the balls with the, the coupling on them. They were the sprig with the, anyway, they snapped off at the sprigs. All the arms, all four limbs, arms and legs. And that's probably why I stopped exercising. Because when you exercise, things get destroyed. Anyway. Oh, this is another great kit. This is one of my favorites. I like the ones with the energy shields. This was one of my first kits, and so was RX, F91 RX, nothing. These are all just really great kits. If you see a little circle with the X, that means that I have that one. It's kind of like, this is like my checklist. Yeah, this is definitely one. I got this one at Hungates, and this one at Hungates. I got a lot of these at Hungates back in the day. And these, I absolutely love these. They are these most, it was really weird. They were way smaller than their predecessors, which I was like asking the guy at Hungates, why do they make them smaller? He's like going, well, it's like any technology. It just keeps getting smaller over time. So I was like, okay, that seems like it's an explanation to say, we're just going to make them smaller because we're kind of like Transformers. If you compare Deluxe Class now to Deluxe Class 10 years ago, they're smaller. There's no getting around it. They're smaller. It's not because of technology making the need for bulky suits becoming less and less bulky. But these are great. They have this skeleton. It's really hard to explain, but it comes with this, what do they call it? Like the plastic things, they all come on the sprues. You fold the sprues over and they all click into place. And you slide them onto like the skeleton kind of, they have a sort of a skeleton inside of them. So it's an amazing kit. It's V-Gundam or V Gundam or Victory Gundam. It is definitely one of my favorite model kit series. The anime was really good too, but it wasn't my favorite, I don't think. Yeah, the Wing Gundams are the ones going to be the ones. Okay, this is G Gundam. This is Mobile Suit Fighter G Gundam. This came to America in anime form, I think the second year after Wing Gundam, so it almost went backwards with this. And after that, they kind of just skipped around. Yeah, here's water damage. Here's the ones I had, the clear plastic ones. Pretty sure I had this one and this one I have. And I know they're not checked off in here, but I got them later, so. After War Gundam X, I think that was the live action one. Pages starting to get stuck together. Oh, it makes me sad. It's going to be ripping the pages where you can't read them. This was the weirdest Gundam series. This one right here, I hate the way his face looks. It looks creepy, but the body looks really interesting. Very, very different. I didn't like him at all. I think he's hideous, but I liked some of these kits. Like I would love to have that one, but I had this one instead. And I wanted this one. I never could find it. See, the little circle means I want it, but I never could find it. Oh well, at least it's just index information, you know, in case you want to look up a Gundam kit by their name, and then table of contents. All right, well, thanks for watching. Let me know which one is your favorite Gundam kit down below. Have a great day.